Hello everybody, it is Saturday, July 31st. It is roughly 7:40 in the morning, and Finn and I are off on our adventure. We are circumnavigating Mount Hood for a 4-day, 3-night little backcountry trip. Should be fun. I'm not going to say I'm not a little nervous about some of the stream crossings and then the drop down into Elliott Canyon, but I'm sure we'll be fine, and everything will be good. We are planning on stopping maybe at the Sandy River, depending on how time goes today. Generally speaking, the way the river crossings go is the later in the day you get, the more snow mountains come off the mountain, so which means that the rivers are running higher and quite a bit faster. So depending on when we get to Sandy River, we'll take a look at it, and if it looks okay, we might cross tonight since we're getting such an early start, or cross earlier today, or earlier in the day. And if not, we will we'll go ahead and pack up and cross it in the morning. So anyway, we're headed down into the tree line. Day one should be fairly easy. Easy as maybe an understatement, but we do I think a fair amount of descent today into the tree line, and then we will pop back out tomorrow, and then hopefully the biting flies and the mosquitoes are staying at bay and good. So just a quick shot of Mount Hood, because I don't know what kind of views we'll get. And there, down, down, down we go. My favorite flower in the world, wildflower, Indian paintbrush. Got a little patch of lupine right here, also very pretty. Finn's having a blast on the trail. And we're gonna get a wonderful shot. I think it's a zigzag canyon of Mount Hood. We just came from all the way over there in about 2 miles. Well, we're coming down to our first, there we go. We're coming down to our first crossing of the day. It's about 3 miles right now. About, I don't know, an hour and 10 minutes roughly. This should be thin heel. This will be the zigzag crossing. I can hear it. We've been able to hear it all the way up the canyon, and we probably just a bit of rock hopping, and maybe we've got a log or so, but yeah, that's where we're at. Well, Finn just did it. We just did it. That is Zigzag Canyon. Alright, come on, buddy. Let's go. We're taking a little detour. I heard you can't come and do this without stopping and walking through Paradise Park. because that's where we're headed. I don't know how far it goes, but we'll take a little detour. I think we're a little over 4.5 miles in. Look at all the bear grass. Bear grass is kind of cool. Some people don't really care for it because it's not really particularly pretty, but it's different. And I think because it's different, that's what makes it pretty. Lupine, my second favorite. I don't know what these things are yet. I'll have to Google them. Weight fin. My favorite Indian paintbrush. All three of them combined. Here's Mr. Finn. I almost fell. Stay. 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 There's Mr. Finn. Okay. So we are going through Paradise Park right now. Kind of stopped. The field kind of opens up, as you can kind of see behind me. But you can kind of see Mount Hood through this little valley. So I figured I'd come a little further and see how much it clears out. It's definitely a huffer. This is not a it's not an easy detour or a little side trip. Not a detour. Definitely a leg burner. Here we go. We got Paradise Park and Mount Hood. Okay, so I'll officially say this is well worth the leg burn. This is simply beautiful. I don't know how else to describe it. It's plainly, simply beautiful. As I almost trip. Alright, so I dropped my pack a little bit further down the trail. It's pretty steep coming up, and 40 pounds is a lot to come up a short little grade that's pretty steep. All I'm going to say, and kind of conveniently pointed in this direction, is that every little bit of hurt to come up here in Paradise Park was completely well worth it. The only other thing I'll say before I spin the camera around is that Silver Star's got nothing on this place at all. Not one measly bit. you know, we're about 5.5 miles into this point. This is a bit of an alternate route, and we'll go back down. So it's kind of an out and back, and then we'll continue on. But there's just you can't see anything about here, so I'll just turn the camera around and let you watch. Here's Mount Hood. We'll see that all along our trip. The glaciers up there. We'll see some glacial ice later with Elliott Glacier. It's one of the crossings I'm a little concerned with, but we'll see that probably on day 3, I imagine. I don't think we're going to get that far unless we feel really good today when we push beyond the Sandy River, and that's a safe crossing. We just came from down there and dropped my pack down on the other side of the hill. Lots of people camping up here, further down below in that tree line, but lots of people camping. We just crossed that little creek area. Came from up there. It gets quite vegetative down here with the water running down, and then there's quite a nice little pond back here that Finn had some good time catching just getting some water. So quite peaceful and serene. Okay, back up, Finn. And now we continue on. Just arrived at another little viewpoint area. You got Mount St. Helens in the background over there. In the far background. Yeah, Mount Hood right there. And then swinging on around, we got the falls. There's some falls down there, which we're gonna head kind of right down close to. Right, Finn? Right, buddy? All right, we are about 8.25 miles in. Actually, probably about 9.5 miles in because of our detour. And we're at a viewpoint. I gotta find a trail because they kind of scatters all right here. But got Mount St. Helens in the distant foreground in front of me, and then another shot and trying to actually get into a better spot to get it of Mount St. Helens, or sorry, Mount Hood. So Finn has been doing really good. He's been a great trail dog, but we already knew that. So he's being a trooper. A little dusty. He didn't want to eat breakfast this morning. He just kind of wanted to go to bed. My alarm went off at 3:30. I stayed in bed till 4:30 because it was an 1.5-hour drive up here. But I had breakfast, he did not, and then so we took a little water stop. I ate some snacks and tried to give him some kibble, of which he wanted very little of it. So anyway, I'm gonna spin the camera around before we set off again. So way off yonder is Mount St. Helens. You can kind of see the top missing on it. So, and then there is Mount Hood, just kind of ever so slightly, just a different angle. How you doing, buddy? Stay back. Stay off the edge. Well, it is noon. We've been on the trail for about 4.5 hours. Got about 10 miles in. We are descending towards Sandy River, which is one of the crossings I'm a little concerned with. Just a little apprehensive, just not knowing. So I've noticed that Finn is, I don't know if it's his pack because it's jiggling a little bit, so I don't know if it's throwing off what I'm kind of seeing. But so I don't know if he's got a little bit of a limp, or if it's just his pack and it's just optics. But so he's also getting tired and he's slowing down. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to stick with the original plan. We're going to get down to Sandy River, see what the water conditions are. Maybe we'll try to cross today to at least be on the other side tomorrow morning. And if it is a little too swift, or we don't feel like we can really do it safely today, we'll wait for the morning when it's slower and lower. But anyway, so yeah, today's going to be, it was an early day, and yesterday was an early day. I had to take a friend to the airport, so I needed to be up at 3:45. I was actually up at 2:30. I got to bed around 9:30 last night, and then as I said before, alarm went off at 3:30 today, this morning, and I got up at 4:30. I was awake, but I just lounged around in bed until 4:30. So a little tired. So probably we'll just cut it at Sandy River and then pick it up in the morning. So we are headed down towards Sandy River. We're almost there. I wanted to show you guys a little something. It's a little treat in the backcountry of the Pacific Northwest, and that are those are huckleberries. And I expect to see a lot of them on day 3 and 4. So I'm probably going to be gorged on huckleberries on the second half of this excursion. What you doing, buddy? What you doing, buddy? Well, we're at the Sandy River. It's the end of our journey for day 1. Got to find a place to cross. It's not that wide or not that deep, I don't think, but the flow is pretty swift. Well, we have been at camp for about an hour, got all set up, and we made it across Sandy River just fine. It's not as wide as what it is earlier in the season, but it certainly was rushing. Yeah, Finn, I'm tired.
12 and a half miles today. Finn, he almost slipped in, crossing a couple thin logs. I was able to get turned around and help him get his footing back up a little bit, and then I almost fell in trying to kind of balance on the jiggling tree stumps that were laying across. So we ended up getting across okay. We're both just super tired. Again, it's a 12 and a half mile day. Tomorrow's going to be a little bit rougher, I think, because looking at the elevation profile, it looks like it's pretty much up for 10 miles. So we'll see how it goes. I just need to get Finn to eat because he hasn't really eaten yet. Didn't eat this morning. He wanted to stay in bed, and he doesn't want to eat right now, so he just kind of wants to sleep. So hopefully once he gets done, he'll be good.